Good morning. Good morning, beautiful people. Come on in. This is going to be short and powerful. Short and powerful. How y'all doing this morning? How y'all doing this morning? Rise and refocus, baby. Rise and refocus. Let's go. Let's go. Let's make it happen on this Wednesday morning. Waiting for my engineer to get everything going, and we're going to start. So where y'all from? TikTok, where y'all from? Whispering. Oh, I don't know. I don't know why I'm whispering. Oh, that's fine. Oh, I'm live. I'm live. You are. I'm live. Hey, what's up, y'all? Great morning. Great morning. Happy Wednesday. Let's rise and refocus. Big Frank. Good morning. How y'all doing today? Listen, y'all. We're gonna get in and out today. The champ. I can always depend on the champ being here. Good morning, brother. Good morning. We're going to get in and out. That's the plan. That's the plan. Krista, good morning. Christine Johnson. Good morning, Shirley. Don't forget your glasses. Ah! I don't have my glasses. Thank you, sister. Good morning from Nigeria. What's poppin'? Welcome, Nigeria. Thank you all for being here. Listen, I'm going to have 4 points for you all. You might want to write these points down. I'm going to share with you something that will absolutely help you to refocus. And this specifically is for your marriage. You're from Baltimore. Be more in the building. I can always tell the Baltimore people because y'all got these thick accents. It's like the Baltimore accents are so unique. I love it. I'm from Jersey, so we the up north people. Love it. Y'all might want to write these 4 points down. This will absolutely help you to refocus in your marriage. It may sound simple, but over time, it makes a massive difference. Over time, it makes a massive difference. This is going to help you to refocus, and it is going to help your marriage shift. Today, it is specifically for marriage. Research has shown that there are 4 important points in a day for a couple. 4 important points in a day for couples. And if you do these 4 things, create a pattern of operating this way, it strengthens the bond. The first thing is how you wake up. How you wake up. What does that mean? When you wake up in the morning, are you just jumping out of bed? There's no touch, if your spouse is awake, you're not communicating, you're not, hey babe, how did you sleep? How was your night? How do you feel? Do you need anything? It's just you're just jumping up out of the bed and you're going about your routine. Now, some of you, depending on your work schedule or just how your spouse is wired, they may not want you to wake them up, right? Understandable. Still, how you wake up. So in your spirit, right? Because there are some times where I am the early riser. So there are some times where Shannon is asleep and I'll just gently touch him and pray over him. Now, Shannon, he wants me to wake him up. So that's not a problem. But understanding who your spouse is, you'll know what to do. The next step is how you leave the house. So, in between the time that you wake up and you leave the house, what are you doing? Are you preparing just for yourself? If so, that's not going to strengthen the bond. Let's say your spouse is a um, coffee or tea lover, and you know that when they get up, they're going to make their coffee, right? You're up before them, so they get up later, or whatever the case may be. You can prep the night before, right? See this? This is something. This is Shannon purchased this, but how you can take initiative if your spouse is a tea or coffee lover, you can get them one of these. This is called happiness. Um, they are not paying me. This is called happiness, and it's a mug. I don't know if you can see how it lights up. It keeps your drink hot, not warm, but nice and hot. You can make your spouse their coffee, sit it right there by their bed. You purchase that for them, sit it by the bed. You know what I'm saying? When they wake up, it's right there. It's called taking initiative, right? If your spouse has to you already know each other's routines. If they have to wear uniforms, you can have their uniforms ironed for the whole week. You could find out the night before, babe, what are you wearing tomorrow? You could go ahead and iron their clothes for them. You could help prep for the kids, get some of their breakfast ready, make sure they have their book bags ready and at the door. You can pick up the toys or, clean up a little bit. So while you're getting yourself ready, you are also helping to ease the load on your spouse. All that is going to do is endear me to you. Why wouldn't I want you to be like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like, put your spouse in the headspace of, if I wanted to let this go, I don't anymore. James from Pittsburgh. Good morning. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being here. Y'all, we are talking about the 4 important points that literally strengthen bonds for couples. Again, it might sound simple, but it is simple, but it also is life-changing. So how you get up, how you leave the house. When you leave the house, don't just leave the house and we're not talking to each other. We're not saying anything. It's just like, all right, I'm out. No, connect. Connect with a hug, a kiss. Have a great day, babe. You need me to do anything before I leave? Ask the question. Your job is to serve one another. But since you're on here, your job is to serve your spouse. That's it. That's your job. Your spouse's job is to serve you. Ask yourself, how can I serve my spouse? And you also can ask your spouse, hey, babe, in the mornings, how can I best serve you? What is it that you need? Because sometimes you may be doing something, but they really need something else. And you want to meet your spouse at their needs, not at what you think they need, or at least I did this. You just do the bare minimum, or you do something that they really doesn't move the needle for them. Ask the question. The third thing, how you come back home. So when you're leaving work, you say, hey, babe, do you need me to pick up anything? Or perhaps you get home first. But your spouse who cooks dinner, they come home second. You can call and say, hey, babe, what are you cooking for dinner? And now you have to add the because. You have to add the because many times at the end of the day, it's been a long day. We've we're drained, giving so much energy to our job, and you're asking me, what are we having for dinner? That can be very irritating. So you say, hey, babe, what are you cooking for dinner? Because I want to go ahead and start. Do you need anything prepped? Can I cut anything up, boil anything for you? Do you know how much that would just, your spouse, like their shoulders would just drop like, oh my gosh, thank you for taking some of that weight off. Yes, can you chop these onions and peppers and celery for me and boil the rice? That alone would make a difference. You don't have to know how to cook to do that. If you're the first person home and you see the house is in a little bit of disarray, go ahead and clean up a little. Go ahead and throw the dishes in the dishwasher real quick. So that when your spouse comes home, they don't have to come home to this disorganization. Sometimes it really does affect people. Some people really get dysregulated when it is not organized, when there's things on the floor and the countertops are cluttered and dishes are in the sink. It really does affect their spirit. Understand who your spouse is and move accordingly. Ask your spouse then, babe, what are you wearing tomorrow? And you could iron this stuff the night before. Ask your spouse, what do you need for tomorrow? How can I help your day be better tomorrow? Just ask the question. Do you have a lot on your plate? Absolutely. But your spouse also has a lot on their plate. And so this is the thing. When we are operating like this, what do you think is going to happen? 9 times out of 10, your spouse will reciprocate. Philippines! Oh, I love it. Thank you for being here. South Africa. Y'all, this is so dope. Thank you for being here. I hope this is helping you guys. The fourth thing, I told y'all this was going to be short. 4 powerful points. Told you it was going to be short today. The last one is how you go to bed, how you end your night. A lot of times we get into bed and you'll be on your device, your spouse will be on their device, and then y'all end up falling asleep. That happens with Shannon and I a lot. Like if we're not intentional, we'll just be scrolling, doing our thing, listening to something on the phone, whatever, and then one of us will fall asleep. There's no intentionality to make sure that we connect at the end of the night. That is important. How are you connecting? Mona Lisa, good morning. How are you connecting at the end of the night? What does that look like? It doesn't have to be this grand thing. These are small moments of connection. How you start your day, how you leave the house, how you come back home. And I didn't say this. This is very important for when you come back home. I don't care if the wife is coming home to the husband is coming home to the wife. The last spouse to come home. Don't have your spouse walk in the door and you just have a honey-do list. Oh, babe, can you do this? Babe, can you do, babe, I need you to do this. You act like y'all been together all day. Y'all hadn't even seen each other. Pause. Give each other some love. How you doing, baby? What you need? You together long enough, you already know. You know what? They need 30, 45 minutes of just peace to just decompress. Take the bags out their hand. Here, babe. Go into your space. I got it. Make it such a pattern where you don't even have to say anything. They already know that you have created a space for them to decompress. You're not just pouncing on them the minute they run into the door. for them to just do something. Listen, that stuff will be there. It will get, it's not an emergency. If it's an emergency, that's a different story. But most times it's not. It's just we want our partner to now come in and help us to carry the load. We get it. But you want to be a safe space for each other. You want to be peace for each other. You don't want to be this frustrating thing for each other. You don't want to be this negative weight for each other. I'm telling you, when every day your spouse walks through the door and it's not even, man, just doing a check-in, like not even seeing how like I could be devastated. Something major could have happened at work. And you're just pouncing on me the things that you want me to do. That doesn't create safety. And that causes someone to withdraw. And so you want your spouse, if they have to decompress, that they're decompressing, but they're thinking about you in a peaceful, loving way. They're not there like, oh, thank God. Man, like 45 minutes ain't long enough because I'm going to have to go out there and that. You don't want that. How you wake up in the morning, how you leave the house, how you come home, and how you close the night. These are 4 important bonding tools. And so if it's something that you don't want to do, you're not willing to do, then that means you're not willing to bond. And that means don't complain about what you get. Just can't complain about it. This is your marriage. You are the one who has to be intentional about your marriage. You are the one who has to move the needle. And if you have a great marriage, you can make it greater by implementing these tools. That's it. James, you're running in and out. Appreciate you for running in, brother. Man Haruna, excellent points and reminders. Awesome. Thank you. Mona Lisa, good morning. Good morning, guys. Any questions about these? I told you we were going to be quick today, in and out. And I hope that you wrote these pointers down. I hope you have it in your spirit. Like, okay, how am I going to wake up when I come back home? How do I operate? I mean, when I leave the house, how do I operate? When I come back home, when we go to bed, move the needle. That's it. That is it. Absolutely. You're welcome. God bless you from Nigeria. Thank you for being here. These 4 points, y'all. These 4 points will help you bond. And listen, some of you may be in a place where divorce is on the table. Some of you may be in a place where there's a lot of tension in the home. Do it. Trust me on this. Shannon and I, this is what we tell our clients. Until you are out of that home, you continue to operate as a spouse. You be the husband that God has called you to be. You be the wife that God has called you to be. You do not change that. Period. I don't care if Shannon and I got into a big blow up on Saturday, because on Sunday he gets up 6 in the morning because he has to go do sound audio for a church, and this is every Sunday morning. I'm Sundays I'm sleeping in, but I get up with him and I make his whatever it is, that his hot drinks, I get his water prepared, I get him prepared every Sunday. I don't care if I am upset at him. I get my tail up and I make sure he is taken care of. Why? Because that's the wife that I want to be. I don't want to be the emotional wife who I'm upset at you, so now I'm going to withhold and I'm not going to do the things that I typically do for you. I'm not going to make sure that you're okay. No, show up. Show up, guys. Trust me. And listen, you don't want to do this without God. Trust me. I'm not even saying you can't. You can't. I'm not even going to use can't. You don't even want to attempt to be the best spouse that you could be without God. Because what's going to happen is you're not going to be the best spouse that you can be. You're just not. I'm going to drill it in your head to start your day with prayer before your feet hit the ground. Cover your spouse. Cover your spouse in prayer. Lay there in that bed and pray. Pray over your spouse. Pray for your spouse. Pray for their day. Pray that they will have peace today, that they will have peace at work, that things will go well at work. Pray for their safety. Pray for their heart posture. Pray for their mindset. Pray that whatever challenges you all have, that you will be able to communicate to them in a way that they can receive. What are we doing here, guys? Why are we getting married if we are not going to cover our spouses? How you start your day with one another matters, even if they aren't even a part of the process. They don't know that you're sitting there pouring into them, covering them. They have no idea, but you do, and God does. At nighttime, cover your spouse. Cover them. Cover your marriage. If there is tension, please, as much as you possibly can, do your best to not end the night in a big blow up. Just don't do it. You are not guaranteed to wake up, and it is not guaranteed that your spouse will wake up. And you will have to live with that for the rest of your life. That we went to sleep angry at each other. I'm telling you, these 4 points are extremely crucial for the bonding and the connection and the safety, the emotional safety of your marriage. It makes a difference. During the day, right? We have the gap between when we leave the house and when we come back. How are you connecting? You checking in? You sending a cute little text? You calling? Hey, babe, what you doing? I just had a 15-minute break. Just wanted to hear your voice. What are you doing? Mona Lisa, true commitment to the covenant. All it takes is serious intentionality. Seriously, I want you guys to think of 2 words. Intentionality and initiative. That initiative, it is a game changer. And it will absolutely take you being intentional to take initiative. Anticipation. Thank you, babe. And anticipation. Anticipate your spouse's needs. How do you anticipate the needs? Because you know their patterns. You study them. You're a student of your spouse. I'm telling you, Shannon and I always encourage our couples, be a student of your spouse. Don't just sit back like, oh, I know them. Because you're saying, oh, I know them, but you're not operating like you know them. There's gaps there. There's gaps there because you're not initiating things. You're not trying to take things off of their plate. You're not making sure that the countertops are clean and the dishes are in the sink. So when they wake up, they're like, oh, good. That's one less thing on my plate. Thank you, babe. You're not initiating, man, my babe love coffee. Let me go buy my babe a mug. You know what I'm saying? Or listen, you could buy your baby a mug. They love coffee and tea so much they could take it to work. So they can have it hot right there. They don't have to keep going and warming it up in the microwave in the break room. Initiative. You've anticipated their need. You know they're gonna need something hot to drink. That's what they like to do throughout the day as they're working. Your homework and your homework is to think about these 4 points and how you can step it up. That's your homework. That's what I got for you. That's what I got for you. So real, sister. Thank you, double triple O seven. Triple O seven. Appreciate you. Help me, Lord. Have mercy. Come on, James. Come on. That's right. All of us can improve in this area. Shannon and I, we can improve in this area. I know everybody on here can improve in this area because life is like a microwave. We are just going, y'all. We're going, we're being downloaded with information. We are being flooded. And many times our marriage and our spouses take a back burner to all that is happening in our life. But if we want an amazing relationship, we have to show up in an amazing way. If we want an amazing marriage, we have to show up in an amazing way. DQ, you and your husband are amazing, man. Bless, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. The champ, since I've been following you guys, I haven't heard how to handle in-laws. For in-laws don't mind their business. Ooh, how to deal with that. That is a great question. How to deal with meddling in-laws. Well, in-laws don't, for in-laws who don't mind their business, how are they getting your business? That's important. How are they getting your business? Who's telling them your business? So that's the first thing, right? If you're sharing business with them, but then they don't you don't like the information that they're giving you, you don't like what they're saying, or maybe they're sharing your business and taking it out to other family members. Stop sharing the business. Seriously, that's just it. And you have to be able to set up your boundaries, and you have to be able to make sure that whatever the consequences of not keeping your boundaries, that you follow through. There's levels to this though. There's levels to the meddling in-laws. Sometimes you have to create distance. I'm not saying for you to do that because I don't know the dynamics of your situation. But sometimes when it is causing harm to our marriage, the next step is we will create distance if this behavior does not change, and there's no process to this change. It is changing now, immediately. Right? So your in-laws cannot be in your business if you and your spouse are not sharing your business. And this is a conversation with your babe. This, I know, and especially if it's their family, right? If it's your spouse's family, maybe your spouse is sharing a lot of information because for them, that's safety for them, that's comfort for them. They're going to what they know. But you have to say, babe, we have to have a hard stop. We have to have limits on what we share, and then give reasons why. Give the proof. As they say in 2026, receipts. You have to give the receipts. You have to show the receipts to your spouse. Why sharing our business with your parents has hurt us. Remember when we shared X, Y, and Z with them? And then auntie and uncle and the cousins found out? You were even upset about that. That hurt us. That didn't help us. Right? So, you know, y'all got to stop sharing your business. We have a hard time connecting when it comes to communicating and understanding each other. What do you recommend? I mean, well, the recommendation will come on, why are you having a hard time? What's making it hard to communicate and to understand one another? Now, just a broad recommendation would be, how are you understanding your spouse? Are you asking questions? Right? Because to get understanding, we cannot make statements. When you make a statement, you cause the other person to get defensive, because 9 times out of 10, our statements are laced in assumptions, some type of critique, maybe even judgment. What do you think is going to happen? My wall's going up. I'm going to get defensive. I may shut down, and I don't want to hear what you have to say. My attitude is right there, front and center. I may walk away from the conversation. You understand? So if this is the pattern, then yes, communication, understand, is just it's not going to take place. So my question to you is, what is your pattern? How do you communicate to your spouse? How are you showing up? If you want to understand your spouse, which should be your first goal. There's a quote that says, seek to understand and then be understood. But how we operate in marriages and relationships overall, we want to push for someone to understand us. We're not concerned about understanding them. So what is your focus? Is your focus understanding your spouse? If not, I encourage you to change those dynamics, and then let's see how your spouse begins to change their dynamics. Because when you slow down and you pause and you say, okay, let me really go in and explore a little more and see what my spouse is saying. Let me ask questions so I can understand my babe. Let me just not focus on them understanding me. Okay, babe, am I hearing you say, and they may say, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, then you can say, okay, so what you're saying is, and then you repeat what you heard, and they could be like, yes. If you have questions about that, ask a question. Don't make a statement. Seriously, if you have a statement, reframe that statement, turn it into a question. So, babe, you're saying that you believe that I don't respect you? What can you give me examples of what that looks like for you? You feel like I don't care about your feelings? Is that what you're saying? Can you please just share with me what that looks like so that I can not do that again or not approach you in that way again? Because I don't want you to feel that way. Effective communication, bringing about understanding. I hope that helped, DQ. My mother-in-law doesn't like me and I haven't done anything to her. It's hurtful, but it is what it is. She just wants her son and nothing to do with it. Yep, and listen, it ain't nothing you could do. It's nothing you could do to change that. That's going to have to be a decision that she makes. But let me say this to you, D. I want you still to show up in a loving way. I'm telling you, show up in a loving way. Show up in a way where you don't intentionally threaten her, right? Don't put it on extra thick and like, yeah, I got your son, whatever, he gonna do what I say. Like, none of that. However you can serve her. I don't know, if you call her mom or whatever, mom, can I get you anything? If she's at your house or whatever the case may be, mom, can I do anything for you? Give her a call during the week. Seriously, this might sound crazy. It's not crazy though. This is you taking you to the next level. This is you stepping up and being an amazing human being that I'm sure you want to be. And is it difficult? Absolutely, it's difficult. And I'm not telling you something I did not do. Just with family, period. Right? And listen, Shannon's mom did not like me at first. Shannon's mother did not want him to marry me. He was married before, and they were close with his um his previous wife. And they had a very tight relationship. They were friends, very tight relationship. And so he's bringing in this, like, who is this woman? We don't know her. Of course, they didn't know me. We don't know her and we don't want her. So when Shannon was getting married, they was like get completely against it. And Shannon said to them, you could come to my wedding or not, but I'm marrying her. You could be in my life or not, but she gonna be in my life. That's the type of man that y'all want. And guess who was at the wedding? His mother and his sister. You understand? Now, it took some time for them to warm up to me. But you know what I did? I called her mom. I didn't call her Miss Austin. Her first name is Alfonsi. I didn't call her Miss Alfonsi. I called her mom. Off the rip, I called her mom. And I would see what mom needed. I would see if I could do anything for mom. I remember one time walking in, his mom was, I walked out, they had a long hallway. Her room was the back hallway. So I'm walking the hallway and I hear her on the phone with his ex. We're married. We were living with her. I hear her on the phone with his ex-wife talking about me. I didn't stop calling her mom. I didn't stop loving on her. And when I say by the time her life came to an end, she couldn't love me more and I couldn't love her more. I had, and anybody who knows me will tell you, I praise my in-laws. I have the most amazing in-laws on the planet. It was just his mom and his sister. His mother is an amazing human, was, God bless her soul, an amazing woman. And she realized I was an amazing woman. And it got to the point, it got to the point, if something happened, she would dig into Shannon. She would kick Shannon out of her house before she would kick me out of her house. I'm telling you, she'd be like, well, if y'all, because we were, there was tension and all this. And she was like, let me tell you something. You leaving this house before Shirley and them boys leaving this house. That's how close we got. So I'm encouraging you to love on your mother-in-law. This is your husband. You plan on being with him for the rest of your life. So however you can, my husband's mom is very immature, but I will continue to pray for her. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Continue to pray for her. Absolutely. And very condescending. And how you can, how you can pour into her. Pour into her. And listen, you said my husband's mom is very immature, but I'll continue to pray for her. Like, yeah, I pray for her, but I ain't going to. Just that spirit alone. I'm trying to tell you, sis. Listen, I don't know the dynamics, and sometimes people don't need to be in your life. So I'll say this because I don't know the dynamics. If she is in your life, If your husband has an active relationship with her, then I encourage you to do the things that I just shared. If your husband doesn't have an active relationship with her, then all you guys can do is just pray for her. That's it. All you guys can do is just pray for her. But if he has an active relationship with her, I don't encourage you to overwhelm her with fakeness and all this stuff that you actually don't want to do. I don't encourage that. But I do encourage for you to extend an olive branch where you can. Like, hey, I was just thinking about you. Is there anything that I can do for you? Do you need anything? Or if y'all going over to their house, for an event or whatever, just be like, hey, what can I pick up? What can I bring you? What do you need? Maybe giving her a gift card to a spa for a spa day. Let me tell you something. If she's immature because she got issues. She was hurt. Somebody hurt her. She just displaying, she's just bleeding on you. It's not personal to you. It don't matter marry. It doesn't matter who he married. She would have been that to that woman. Yeah, he has issues with her as well, but of course he loves her. It's very weird. Yep, I get it. I get it. Yep. Did I miss some comments? I feel like I missed some comments. I feel like somebody. Is there any way for me to scroll down? Do I use this? How do I scroll back? Marcus. Hey, Marcus. How to handle different perspectives. How to surrender to leadership of my husband. How you handle different perspectives is, it's interesting. When we cannot accept somebody's perspective, that's us having an issue with control. Why would you not want to accept another perspective? Like, wow, like that's a legit question that I want you to ask yourself. Like, why do I have a problem with different perspectives? Why do I think my perspective? Because what that's saying is my perspective is the only one that counts. It's the only one that holds value, that makes sense. And that's not accurate. That's just not accurate. So that's a issue within you. Where does that come from? Right? Who taught you that your perspective didn't matter, and so now you want to reinforce that it does matter and it's the only one that matters? Right? So did somebody take your voice when you were younger? Because when you don't accept other people's perspectives, now you're taking their voice. And so you know how that feels. You didn't like it then. So now imagine how that feels for somebody else. And how do you surrender to the leadership of my husband? What does the leadership of your husband look like? Right? Is he leading with love, or is he leading with an iron fist? Because surrendering to it looks different, but I will say this. Um, we're supposed to surrender to one another. And so I'm sure in some ways you want your husband to surrender to you. I can guarantee it. What is your challenging with surrendering to his leadership? Do you not trust his leadership? Has he made bad decisions? Has he done something to put the family in a bad situation? Like what has his leadership gotten you all? Because if it's been a benefit and he's a great leader, why are you having a challenge surrendering? If he's not, I understand why you're having a challenge surrendering. So perhaps you all need to go into seek third party help so that you all can talk about why the dynamics are what they are. But if you just have an issue surrendering, like submitting, yeah, that's a you issue, and it doesn't benefit you. It just does not benefit you. You know, we have made submissions such an ugly word. And it's not all that means is we are considering one another. And sometimes, listen, y'all, sometimes somebody got to make the decision. And my husband will make the decision and I will follow his leadership and I will support him in the decision that he has made. If we're seeing two different we have two different perspectives about something major, 9 times out of 10, I can almost say 10 times out of 10, I am following Shannon's leadership. I give my opinion, I give my take. We have a back and forth conversation. We talk about it. I say, well, I don't see what you're seeing. This is what I'm seeing. These are the pros and the cons to me. From how I'm looking, this is what, if we go this route, this is what it looks like the end result will be. We had those conversations. It's not just Shannon makes the decision. We had these conversations. And if Shannon stays on his wheel and I stay on my wheel, I eventually will get off and I'll say, okay, well, let's try it, babe. Let's do it. I don't just sit back, let's do it. Let me see and see if it fails or not. No, I'm gonna support you in the decision that you've made. Now we've made it. This is what we are going to do. So, yes, I've submitted to what he feels as the leader of this home is best. We just did it with a car. We got a car I did not want. I never wanted this car. I don't like the shape of the vehicle. I, how we like two different types of vehicles, but we had to trade in our vehicle and get it and get a vehicle. And he did his research. So when I choose vehicles, it's not because I did my research on um the engine and what, no, it's just aesthetically what I like. But he did his research. And so I was like, honey, we could go look at the car. That's how it was like, honey, we could go look at the car. We got the car and I love the car. And I mean, he was 100% accurate on the research that he did. It's an electric vehicle, right? And it just, I mean, we have just saved so much money. The car is just, the amenities of the car is just, I love it, right? So it's not going to kill me. It's not going to hurt me because I made a decision based on what he wanted. I joined him in that decision, rather. I joined him in that decision based on what his preference was. It was his preference for a reason. I had my preference for my reason. His preference won, and it's great. We're gravy. Ain't no issues over here with that. I love the car. Like, so what? Right? That doesn't mean that later on down the line, if I want to get something that I want to get, I'll just go and I'll get what I want to get. That doesn't mean that God won't create the situation for us to have the money for that to happen. So yeah, Crispy Kicks, what's up, brother? What's up? Love that you showed that both had a voice and you all were able to come to an agreement. Real life situations, real example. Absolutely, rule break. Yep, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Y'all, time flies by so quickly. And I said I was going to be in and out today because I only had those 4 points. Listen, anybody who is on here who did not hear the 4 points, please go to our YouTube channel, My Marriage is Dope Podcast. Like, subscribe, click, share, all the things, and go listen to the YouTube, to the replay. I gave 4 powerful points that will create bonding for you and your spouse. Research has shown these 4 points absolutely moves the needle in your relationship. Please go subscribe and re-watch because it's powerful. It's very simple too. It doesn't take a lot. It's very simple. I'm in a separation. I'm praying to God to get in the middle of my situation. Oh man, Keenan, praying for you and with you. And even within your separation, show up as an amazing husband, even though you are separated. I think, Keenan, are you the husband? I believe you're the husband. Um, be amazing. Serve your wife, even though y'all are separated, because y'all still married. Y'all still married. Act like a married man. And you said you're praying that God get in the middle, which means you don't want to be separated and you definitely do not want a divorce. Continue doing the work, right? Just little subtle things like, hey, just want to know, do you need anything today? Can I do anything for you? If y'all got kids, you need me. What do you need? That what do you need question is just a life changer. You don't gotta say nothing else. Hey, what do you need? What can I do for you? You need me to take the kids? Do you need a break? Hey, bring the kids over. Go to the spa. Go just, bring the kids over. Let them, I got them. I'll pick them up from school. Hey, I'm gonna pick the kids up from school. Is that cool with you? I just want to just give you a break. Like, have this mindset of wanting to take care of. Because I don't know what brought you all to a separation, but I'm telling you the language of women. We want to know that you see us, like what matters to us matters to you. That you want to take care of us. It's not a burden for you to take care of us. You want to lighten our load. What's important to us is important to you. That's everything. And I know that goes both ways. So y'all, go listen to the replay. This is amazing advice. Awesome. Thank you so much. Sugar, not sugar, sugar. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. Rise and refocus, y'all. Let's refocus. Let's make our lives the best possible. Because listen, between now and dead, you got decisions to make. And whatever decision you make, it is going to determine what happens in between now and dead. Make the decisions that cause your life to just be the most amazing life. At the end of your life, you want to be able to say, man, like I've really made decisions that help me to be a human being and help me to add value to other people's lives. And I was serving people and loving people. And I really was that person. Like I allowed God to change me from the inside out. And what God did for me spilled over into so many other people. And look at the fruit. Look at the fruit, because what I allowed God to do in me. Yes, Black phenomenal woman, you can and you have to. Can I show up for my husband while trying to emotionally heal myself? Yes, you can. You can and you have to. The two things must be going on at the same time. It must be this dance. And Listen, you and the Holy Spirit figure out what this will look like. What will this look like? Because your healing really your healing is here. So that's your mindset. It's your mindset. So what are you saying to yourself about what you're experiencing, about the pain that you have? What are you saying to yourself about the healing that needs to take place? What are you saying to yourself about the one who has hurt you? What are you saying to yourself about the actions that has taken place against you? Right? At the end of the day, it was an imperfect human being who showed up in an imperfect way, and it impacted you greatly. But that doesn't make him a bad person. And I remember you said, like, I think it was like 2 years, and he's been showing up and showing you that he has a changed heart and doing the work. So listen, if you want to lose that, don't show up for him. If you want to lose that, he is going to get tired. He is going to get worn out. And listen, he may not leave and he may not do what he did before. He may not do that again. But you'll have a man with a broken heart. And if you're okay with that, sis, then don't show up for him. But if you're not okay for that, show up for it. It don't take much to show up for it. Y'all, it don't. Don't take much to show up for another human being. I know the things that move the needle for Shannon. I know what to do. I'm going about my day. Why wouldn't I just implement some of those things in my day? Tapping in. He wants me to tap in. He wants me to check in on him when he's in his office doing his thing. It's it's not that deep, y'all. We're showing up for our spouses. It really is not. We make it that deep because we're selfish and we're focused on what it is that we want to do, and we're just allowing a bunch of stuff that other people are throwing on us to take precedence over this very important relationship. Y'all carrying a bunch of other people's stuff. Hey, can you do this? Can you run this errand for me? Hey, let's do this. And saying yes to everybody and saying no to your spouse. Because listen, you showing up for your boss. If you are the boss, you showing up for your employees. If you got kids, you showing up for your kids. If you in school, oh, you showing up for them grades. Oh, you showing up in life. And guess what? You showing up for all them people and you're still working on your own emotional healing. So why can't you show up for your husband? Come on, y'all. We got to make it make sense. Come on. We got to make it make sense. Sometimes people can't heal with the same person that hurt you or broke you. You can. Yes, you can. Now, sometimes, most times, it's hard to heal when they are continuing to hurt you. There's a difference. Shannon and I had to heal with each other and we broke each other. That happens every day. You absolutely can heal with the same person that hurt you and or that broke you. But it is definitely hell on wheels to heal when that person is continuing. So yeah, so that is, yes, if they're continuing to hurt you, absolutely. Absolutely. But that doesn't mean that the healing doesn't still need to take place and that it can't take place. Because your healing is inner. Your healing is inner. That's the work that you do outside of anybody else. And if you're staying in that place where you're continuing to be hurt, now that's a different conversation. You have to have a conversation with yourself. on why you're allowing that, why that is taking place. It's the battle of negative thoughts. I just have a really hard time with his negative thinking. I, I wish I need more context about his negative thinking. Because sometimes somebody can be hurt and they're coming to you with how they hurt you, and they're having a hard time getting through the fact that you're having a hard time moving through, and is and you may be saying that's negative thinking. I don't know. Or is he just like a negative person? Like everything is a complaint. Everything he complains about his boss, he complains about his job, he comes in the home complaining. Like what's the negative thinking? My negative thinking. Oh, got you. My negative thinking, not his. Okay. Okay. My negative thinking, not his. Got you. Yeah, listen. Only one person can control your thoughts, and that's you. Nobody else can control your thoughts. You have the power to replace that negative thinking with a different thought. Phenomenal woman, that is the control that you have. Remember, what you feed grows, what you starve dies. Like Omar said, that's your inner work. Your negative thinking is only there because you continue to feed it. You have to stop feeding it. When that negative thought comes, you say, nope. Mm-mm. When you look at him like, look at him, he ain't nothing but a cheater. Oh, he gonna cheat again. Do you feed it like, yep, I cannot trust him. Nope. Because he did such and such, and I just know he could do it. Do you just keep the ball rolling? Or do you say, nope, he he has shown me. He has shown me he's doing the work, and I'm going to do the work. I'm going to think the best of him. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Do you talk to yourself like, come on, girl, we're not thinking these thoughts. That's not what we're doing. We're loving on him. Matter of fact, let me go see if he needs anything. Let me call him and just let him know that I love him. Let me call him, just let him know that I appreciate him. That's switching the negative energy to the positive energy. I think we'll have to agree to disagree. I feel like some need space to recover, pray, and think, because what you're saying is easier said than done. So two things can be true. We all, everybody needs space to recover, pray, and to think. That is a fact. It's also true that it's easier said than done. What you said is accurate. You still have to do the work. You still have, if you're married, right now I'm talking about marriage. We ain't going nowhere. So you have to recover, pray, and think in the marriage, in the space that you're in. You have to heal in the space that you have no choice, unless you just divorce and then you go about your way, and you recover, pray, and think. So there's no way around it. And yes, it's easier said than done. That doesn't mean that it can't be done. Do y'all understand? Just because something is difficult doesn't mean it can't be done. When you look at your life, if I had a conversation with you, I can guarantee your story, whatever your story is, whatever you've experienced in life, you've been through some very difficult things. Some of you have had difficult bosses. You didn't leave the job because your boss was difficult. You figured it out. You prayed and thought your way through in a situation that was not easy, because the reward for you, which was the paycheck, you understand? We do what we value. We put energy towards what we value. And that's just the bottom line. When it comes to other people and how other people have hurt us, there's a hard stop there. And we want to make it now all of a sudden this impossible thing, and this can't be done, that can't be done. But if I talk to you and go throughout your life, you have stuck around family members who are impossible to deal with, but you just keep dealing with them, who treat you like crap, but you just keep dealing. I'm not talking about you specifically, sugar. Now I'm speaking just holistically, because that thought process, so many people have that thought process that, yeah, right, it's easier said than done. It absolutely is easier said than done, but it can be done. And we have done hard things. We have dealt with difficult people, and we have stayed there because the reward in our mind, it was worth it. Well, I need that paycheck, so I ain't got no choice. No, you had a choice. You could have quit, but you didn't. Well, these are my parents, so I got to. You could push away and have space and be like, no, I'm not gonna let you treat me that way. But you let them do that. But your spouse, oh, all of a sudden we can't heal in the same space. No, yes you can. Yes you can. It happens every day. We did it. We have clients for double-digit years who have done it, who do it. It's a matter of what you are willing to put your energy towards, and that's just the bottom line with that. It just is. That's the inner work. Yep, Omar. Question: independent women and men who start a relationship and never know how to manage and build on one. What's the question? What's the question? That's a comment? Okay. It's commitment. Most people don't know what that is. Remember, it's until death. Until death. Yep. Until. Thank you, Black. Black. Love it. Phenomenal woman. I look forward to your lives. It's pushing me to be better. Praise God. I value my husband in marriage. Everyone and everything has its place. Internet. Praise God. Absolutely. Look at that. Look at that. I think this might be the longest I've been on. And this was the one that I was like, this is going to be the shortest. That's so funny. Y'all, I appreciate every one of you. Um, DQ, Omar, Black, Antoinette, Suga, 0007, all you guys, my people from the Philippines, from Nigeria, from South Africa, from Cape Town. I appreciate you all for tapping in. We are going to be here next week. Let's be here. Listen, don't just meet me here, beat me here. Our hearts are too hard on our partners, and unforgiveness is about, oh man. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that unforgiveness piece, bro. That is so true. I can honestly say after the last episode, that week was phenomenal. Oh man, praise God. It was phenomenal for a phenomenal woman. Come on, Jamaica? Oh, what's up, Omar? I hope y'all doing well over there. Everything that happened, bro. Hope you're doing well. Um, y'all, go be great. Go refocus. Do the work. Do not put limits on yourself. Don't put limits on yourself, and don't put limits on your spouse. They hurt you because they are imperfect. But also remember, you too are imperfect. You too are imperfect. And so let's see how we can be better for one another. And since I'm talking to you, you go and you be better. Peace.